משפחות יקרות, קרובי
Dear families, relatives of the new officers and female officers, the love for the country and the willingness to fight among the graduates deeply impressed me. A reservist officer, a father of 4, told me, "To the end." And those around him echoed, "To the end, to victory, to victory." The love for the country and the willingness to fight among the graduates were instilled at home. This is your home. You planted the seeds, nurtured them, and provided the support, and today, you and all of Israel reap the fruits of success. Well done, and thank you. And now to you, the graduates, the new generation of our commanders in the combat forces. I want to show you something. I want to show you this picture of Shiri Bibas and her young children, Ariel and Kfir Bibas. This picture says it all. I ask you to etch it into your hearts so that we always remember what we are fighting for and who we are fighting against. We are fighting for our very existence against human monsters who have risen to destroy us. In the first days of the war, they murdered Shiri and her children in cold blood, suffocating the young ones with their own hands. And if they had the chance, they would slaughter us all with the same brutality, to the last one of us. This is what we are fighting against. These monsters must be defeated, and we will. This is our mission, and it is your mission. As defenders of the homeland, you are filled with a sense of duty, armed with sword and shield. We have high expectations of you, but I know that above all, you have high expectations of yourselves. One of our greatest fighters for independence, David Raziel, once said, "You cannot train an officer without first educating a nobleman." You represent strength and nobility, power and morality. We are proud of you, we trust you, and we salute you. Distinguished guests. This is the 5th combat officers course to conclude during the war. There is no clearer proof of the importance we place on your role in this ongoing battle. This war is long. It requires unyielding resilience across 7 fronts and sustained effort to defeat those who seek our destruction. Our enemies who sent the sword of annihilation against us. Since the horrific massacre of October 7th, we have turned the tide. We rose from the darkest day in Israel's history and struck back at our enemies with full force. The strength of our people and the will to live, reflected in the bravery of our fighters, point the way forward.
אנו דבקים ביעדי המלחמה, השבת כל חטופינו הביתה, החיים והחללים כאחד. מיטוט היכולות הצבאיות והשלטוניות של החמאס בעזה, סיכול של כל איום עתידי מעזה לישראל, והחזרת אזרחינו מן הדרום ומן הצפון
Victory, victory, and only victory. We remain committed to our war objectives, bringing all our hostages home, both the living and the fallen. Destroying Hamas military and governing capabilities in Gaza. Eliminating any future threat from Gaza against Israel. Ensuring our citizens, both in the south and north, return home safely. This past weekend, we wept and rejoiced with the families of the hostages. One, I shed tears of sorrow for 4 fallen souls, Shiri, Ariel, and KFIR Bibas, as well as Oded Lifshitz. May their memory be blessed. There is no forgiveness and no atonement for the crimes committed by the devils in Gaza. With the other eye, we shed tears of joy for the return of Omer and Nakarat.
בתגבור כוחות מסיבי סביב עזה וגם בתוך עזה. הלחץ הזה, תגבור הכוחות הזה, יחד עם אמירתו התקיפה של הנשיא טראמפ, הביאו לשחרור החטופים בשבועות האחרונים. ואני מבטיח לכם, לא נרפה מן המשימה להשיב את כולם הביתה בלי יוצא מן הכלל. יומיים לאחר המלחמה,
Omer Shm Tov, Elia, Tal, Avra, and Hisham. Of the 251 hostages, we have so far brought back 192, 147 alive and 45 fallen. From the start of the war, I believed that a combination of military and diplomatic pressure would lead to the release of our hostages.
להשגת הניצחון המוחלט. במקביל אנחנו אישרנו תקציבי ענק לפיתוח עצמי של מערכות.
And indeed, our heroic soldiers have exerted military pressure on Hamas, including a massive reinforcement of troops around Gaza and inside Gaza. This pressure, along with President Trump's firm stance, led to the release of hostages in recent weeks. I promise you, we will not relent until every last one of them is home. 2 days after the war began, on October 9th, I said, we will change the face of the Middle East. We are doing this thanks to the bravery of our fighters, the steadfastness of our people, and the wise decisions we made, sometimes under immense pressure from within and without. I thank President Trump for his directive to send critical weapons to Israel. This new defensive and offensive weaponry will greatly aid us in achieving absolute victory. At the same time, we have approved massive budgets for the development of our own weapon systems. Weaponry that will enhance our ability to stand against our enemies on our own.
זה מה שדחף אתכם קדימה. אנחנו נכונים לחזור בכל רגע ללחימה עצימה. התוכניות המבצעיות כבר מוכנות. אני מבקש להעביר כאן את
Friends, so far, we have dealt devastating blows to those who seek our destruction. Alongside the air and naval strikes, the ground maneuver has been central. Our soldiers and commanders, both in active service and reserves, including many of you, have charged at the enemy with supreme courage. In Gaza's tunnels, in Lebanon's terror villages, in the alleyways of Jenin.
החמאס לא ישלוט בעזה. עזה תפורז והכוח הלוחם יפורק. אנחנו הובלנו להבנה זו חלקים גדולים של הקהילה הבינלאומית.
We have dismantled vast terrorist infrastructure, built over years with Iranian support and funding.
אנו תומכים בתוכניתו פורצת הדרך של הנשיא טראמפ לאפשר חופש יציאה לעזתים ויצירת עזה אחרת. ביהודה ושומרון
Know this, our enemies invested tens of billions of dollars in these efforts, only for them to be completely destroyed. The tactics learned at officer training school were applied on the battlefield.
אתמול הנחינו את מפקדנו, שר הביטחון ואני, לטהר את מחנה הפליטים בקבטיה.
Command and control, tactical planning, terrain exploitation, precision navigation, raids and ambushes, deception and surprise tactics, which threw the enemy off balance. Above all, one thing stood out: the spirit of justice, mutual responsibility, and our connection to generations past. That is what drove you forward. We are ready to return to intense combat at any moment. The operational plans are already prepared. Let me clarify our key policies. In Gaza, we have eliminated most of Hamas organized forces. But let there be no doubt, we will fully complete the war's objectives. This can be achieved through negotiations, or by other means. From the start, our conditions for ending the war were clear, and remain clear. All our hostages must return home. Hamas will not rule Gaza. Gaza will be demilitarized, and its fighting forces dismantled.
היה ונותר ברור לחלוטין. לא נאפשר לאיראן להשיג נשק גרעיני. והיעד הזה קודם כל משרת את הביטחון הלאומי.
We have gained international support for this position, especially from President Trump, who shares our vision for Gaza.
קצינים וקצינות יקרים, בקרוב, קרוב מאוד, אתם תצעידו את פקודיכם מאתגר לאתגר.
We support Trump's groundbreaking plan to allow Gazans to leave freely and to create a different Gaza. In the West Bank, our forces are penetrating deep into refugee camps, destroying terrorist infrastructure, eliminating militants, and will remain there as long as necessary.
ותשיגו את כל המשימות שיוטלו עליכם. אני מחזק את כולכם בשליחותכם הנשגבה.
Victory, victory, and only victory.
ונצליח עד הניצחון. רק ניצחון. תודה רבה לכם ובהצלחה.